Rome. I think Rome is the most interesting topic is because I think like the gladiators is so fierce and I wish I could be in the audience.
Rome was my favorite topic because of how complex the architecture was.
Rome. The most important topic I picked for history was because the gladiator games were cool and awesome.
Rome was the topic I picked because it showed how one of the most powerful empires of its time fell to barbarians and invaders.
Rome was the most interesting topic to me because of the gladiators fighting.
Rome, I believe that Rome was the most interesting topic was because of the Romans' art, culture, beliefs, sculptures, and engineering.
Rome because I thought it was interesting since the gladiator game was awesome.
Rome was my most favorite topic because I like watching the Romans fight against the gladiators.
The most interesting topic I found was Islam. This is because you got to learn a lot about different religions and religious facts and beliefs. Africa. I liked Africa as one of in history because I like learning about Africa because it was I like learning about the village society and different African civilizations.
China would have to be the most interesting topic I learned this year because their culture and way of life fascinated me. Japan was the most interesting topic I learned because we learned about samurais and how they used to live, like they followed the Bushido code.
The most interesting topic I learned this year was Japan because the samurai were the most legendary loyalty warriors in the world.
Japan was my favorite topic this year because of the beautiful poetry.
Japan was my favorite topic because of the early use of feudalism.
Japan because of the samurai. The samurai did what they were expected to do, which was serve with honor and loyalty in battle.
Japan because it was the most interesting topic to learn about this year because they're different from us in many different ways.
The most interesting topic I learned this year in history was Japan because learning about the samurai and how they lived was amazing.
Japan was the most interesting topic for me because of the onerous and vicious fights that they had.
Medieval Europe. Medieval Europe is the most interesting thing I learned this year because things like the bubonic plague, also known as the Black Death, really interested me and caught my eye.
The most interesting topic I've learned this year in history is the Black Death because it was fun learning about how it got spread from Asia to Europe.
The most interesting topic for me would have to be medieval Europe because the Black Death really caught my eyes' attention to want to learn and see how horrible it turned out to be.
The most interesting topic I've learned this year in history is medieval Europe because the Black Death has so much darkness and it's intriguing.
My favorite topic that we learned this year was medieval Europe because it had a lot to do with art and literature.
Medieval Europe is my favorite topic this year because it talks about the interesting things about the Black Death.
The Renaissance. The Renaissance was the most interesting topic this year in history because I liked the artwork. I liked how it was really realistic and the characteristics that they put into it.
The most interesting topic I learned about was the Renaissance because of the amazing artists and writers.
My favorite topic was the Renaissance because I loved learning about the advances in architecture and artwork.
The most interesting topic I learned about was the Renaissance because I like the artwork and the sculptures.
The most interesting topic I learned this year in history is the Renaissance because of the different types of artwork.
The most interesting topic I learned in history was the Renaissance because besides religion, they studied literacy, public speaking, art, even money, interest, and taxes.
The most interesting topic I learned in history was the Renaissance because the art was very realistic.
The most interesting topic I learned in history was the Renaissance because of the artists and their perspective of art.
I learned about the Renaissance. I like the Renaissance because I think the Renaissance painting is very interesting.